Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So today we're going to be continuing on this little stainless steel planishing hammer, or copper hammer if you will. And today we are going to be working on the grinding portion. Now, you're going to see very quickly I am no expert when it comes to grinding on a belt grinder, as this is one of my most hated tasks out of everything that I do, is grinding anything. But I figured since this is stainless steel, no need in leaving a forged finish on it, as we should probably just go ahead and clean it up, and any missed hammer blows or this or that. Stainless steel hammers just look nice shiny. So that's what we're working on today. What I'm working on here is I'm just trying to take and clean up the transition point between where the handle will go through the hammer head and the face of the hammer. Mainly whenever you're doing a lot of this stuff, this is not really a structural thing as it is a aesthetic thing. Now there's certain cases where you forge different hammer shapes for different purposes, clearly. But in this case, the actual shape of the hammer comes second to the function of the hammer. So after getting that transition cleaned up in the face quite a bit, now I'm going to go ahead and clean up and parallel up the sides. They were already mostly parallel, but I'm still going to go ahead and grind on it a little bit at this point and take a little extra material off to thin it down. This will also help in lightening up the hammer a bit, as this is meant to take and be working copper and be working copper cold. It doesn't have to be a super heavy hammer to do the type of work that we're working on. In fact, it's preferable that it is not a heavy hammer. After you do a couple thousand hammer blows with a hammer like this, you get a little bit tired. And so therefore, anybody who does that much hand hammering on stuff favors lighter hammers. And they get progressively lighter the more and more hammer strokes that you have to make with it to get your point across. Here recently I posted a picture on Instagram, and it was actually a little small video of a customer's order that I was working on, and I was putting in the texture after all the forging had been done. And there was about, there was between 1,000 and 1,500 hammer blows just in the texturing stage itself. And I did all this with a ball peen, and the ball peen was about 1 pound in weight, and it was a little heavy yet. This here is probably what I would consider right around 10 ounces, maybe 12 ounces. So lighter yet, but still a fairly hefty hammer for texturing work. Maybe if I can score some titanium someday, I might try making a couple hammers out of titanium and see how those work out, as those are very lightweight. They're 1/6 the weight of steel. At least I believe it's 1/6. Someone in the comments section, I'm sure, will correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, it might be 1/3 the weight of steel. But I'm pretty sure it's 1/6. But anyways, so after go ahead and cleaning up all the flats, this is pretty much basically a boring process. I mean, it bores me to death. I do get excited about seeing something getting so shiny, but this is just one of those processes that just take forever in my mind. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that, and what you guys personally think about grinding and sanding things. I personally cannot get attracted to this at all. It's one of those very boring things that I do a lot of in my work, but I don't think I'll ever get adjusted to it as it being a fun task. So here I went ahead and changed up the belts. I was doing a 60 grit belt before, and now I switched over to a 120 grit ceramic belt. The other one was aluminum oxide. And so the ceramic's really helping to remove the material and get it just that little bit shinier. Next, I'll take it over to the vise and I will go ahead and start cleaning up the faces themselves. And I didn't show the whole process in this video, but I did go ahead and take the entire body of the hammer up to 320 grit finish. And I hand sanded the finish on the faces, both the peen and the actual hammer face itself. So you can see I'm doing a little more remedial shaping here with the 320 grit, and then I'll do the same on the peen also. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we will go ahead and finish this hammerhead up in the next video by putting it on a handle, and we'll do a little bit of forging of some copper with it. Thank you all for watching. God bless you, and we'll catch you on the next one.